G'day guys and welcome back. A few weeks back I said how one of my favourite YouTubers had retired or gone off platform. It was a very dark time for us. We were hoping he would come back. Sadly, he hasn't posted anything on that channel. Luckily, he has two other channels and he posts there quite regularly. I speak of course of Hans Wormhat, everyone's favourite everything is fake guy. Today, he's talking about time, I believe. We'll find out. This should be fun. Enjoy. Now, as I said, I think this is about time. It might not be, but the title of the video is Time Keeps Us Slippin' or something like that. So, let's find out what old Hans has to say.
Today is Monday, March 15th, 2021, and this is going to be a really quick video because it kind of fringes a topic that I just dread talking about because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Is it reality? Are you talking about reality again, Hans? Because we've been over this. You're not very good at it. I think you should stay in your little fantasy bubble because you and reality really don't get along very well. I could be wrong. This might not be you thinking about reality or the real world in any way, shape or form. Hopefully, it's something simple that we can help you overcome, like tying your shoelaces. But I'm not holding my breath. I mean, I am because I can't breathe at the moment for some reason. Anyway.
And there's probably just no way to make sense of it because these people their whole life is a lie and a delusion, and deceiving and being deceived always comes to mind.
Who's deceiving and who is being deceived? And who are they? I think you're struggling with reality again. Have you taken your medication?
And the different levels of the pyramid and how higher levels love to trick lower levels, and think of the meme of how the evil person has all these minions running around that just get squashed on, and the minions of the evil people are either portrayed as like flying monkeys or just dumb. Think of usually the minions of evil people are portrayed as very dumb.
What memes are you looking at? I have never seen a meme of a flying monkey that is the minion of someone in a pyramid. I would like to see a meme like that. If anyone has it, please do let me know. The only flying monkey reference I can think of is the one in The Wizard of Oz, where the Wicked Witch sends out the flying monkeys. Fly, my prettiest, fly. Other than that, I got nothing.
And just being used like cannon fodder. And
cannon fodder.
So I'll just say, recently I had some visitors, some friends that I haven't seen in, I think calendar time, it's been almost 4 years, but it's one of those things where it seems like I haven't seen them in a couple years. Doesn't really seem like 4 years.
Calendar time. In calendar time, it's been 4 years. Now, there are a few things wrong with what Hans has said here. Firstly, I can't believe he has any friends. I mean, if they were really his friends, they would talk him out of all this shit that he goes on about. So, it could be in his head. Secondly, calendar time. Like, what? I got nothing. If anyone knows what this calendar time he's referring to is, I mean, the calendar's based off the rotation and orbits of the Earth, but I know you don't believe in that, Hansi, so it's a bit tricky.
and they came and visited, and it's just always, for me, this year, I think it's just the year of the needle. And 2020, I've said, was the year of foresight, not the year of hindsight. 2020, they were showing us what it's gonna be like, and I think 2021, it's just all about the needle.
Are you trying to tell us you have a drug addiction, Hans? The year of the needle? So, I mean, there's plenty of help out there for drug addiction. I mean, no one wants to be addicted to a drug, and you should really seek the help. It's, I mean, I understand in America it's pretty expensive, but you can still get some help, man. Like, put the needle down. Just put it down.
And that's it. I think they're just trying to collect as much data as they can on how well they're able to. You hear people talk all the time. I mean, I hear people talk. Maybe it's because I'm on the West Coast.
Maybe it's the voices in your head from doing too many drugs. I don't know. I mean, this is all my opinion, and it's just alleged. He might not be taking drugs. He might need to take drugs instead. But who are they? Who's controlling all of this? If there's anyone behind the scenes controlling everything, they're doing a pretty shit job. Just a little bit of evidence of who they are. We're talking about them. I mean, you can't even get your bloody picture straight, so how can I get your facts straight? Anyway, sorry, that's been bugging me this whole video. Like, he's cut off the F, the S, and the second F isn't even there. Like, and the second half. Let me know if it bugs you as much as it's bugging me.
I don't even watch TV. This is stuff I hear people say out of their mouths, so I'm assuming they heard it on TV and they're just repeating it. People love to talk about getting needles in people's arms, and that's what the goal of this year is. And really scary to me, but all you have to do is say no.
Oh, he's talking about the vaccination. Oh, why couldn't you say that earlier? Yeah, get vaccinated. It's pretty simple. I mean, do you want to get sick and die? Or have other people get sick and die because you refuse to just get a little jab in the arm? Get the fucking vaccination, god damn it.
And I don't think personally that this is the mark of the beast, but
you could have ended that sentence with, I don't think, but we'll continue.
I think that this is preparing, just like 2020, I think was preparing for end times, what it's going to be like in the beast system. 2021, I think, is preparing for the mark itself. And that's why I think this year's all going to be about the needle. And I just want to keep this video really short. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
I mean, people have been talking about the end of days for, well, since the beginning of recorded time. And this may come as a shock. It hasn't happened yet. It's not going to happen. And you might as well not worry about it and just go on living your life. Like, having a needle, having a vaccination isn't the end of the world. It's having a vaccination. If people in the olden days had vaccinations, they would have lived a lot longer, but they didn't. Anyway. Yeah, I'll edit this out. Oh, that's so itchy. It's been a hair bug in my nose this whole video, and it's just so itchy. I think it's one of his hairs. No one's going to see that anyway.
And notice that the needle is 2 times. They make you get it 2 times.
Yeah, the first lot and then the second lot. It's not the only vaccination where you have to get multiples of. When you're a kid, a little baby, you have to get vaccinations 4 or 5 times. Hell, you have to meant to get a tetanus shot every 10 years. Well, I assume so, because I haven't got one in forever. Because I'm not a retard and I don't step on rusty nails. But there are vaccinations you have to get multiple times. Hell, going overseas, you need to get rabies shots and malaria shots, and you have to get them like every 6 months before you go. And then a booster pack afterwards. It's not unique to this vaccine.
And I think it comes not only because the whole scientific theory about it is faulty and these things don't work and you need to go get it 2 times. Why not 3 times?
It's not faulty. It does work. Vaccines do work. When was the last time you saw somebody with, I don't know, polio? Never? Oh, that's right. Because vaccines prevented it from spreading, and now it's virtually non-existent. There are a few isolated cases, but we are doing our best to rid the world of this horrible, horrible disease that used to be prevalent everywhere. It's people like you that cause these problems.
You know? But I think that there's this aspect too. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. They make people consent to this twice. Because, okay, now it's your own fault. And, yeah, I think it's just an interesting year to watch the Lodge. Watch what the Lodge is doing. The only people you really hear speaking out about it is going to be Red Lodge. But if you know, even Donna herself was talking about using the military to get these needles out.
What the hell is the Lodge to begin with? And using the military to get these needles out doesn't mean enforcing people to take them. It means the military has the personnel that can distribute them quickly and efficiently. I know I'm not asking you to think, but think about it. Really think about it. What would be the purpose of having everyone get vaccinated against a virus? A potentially lethal virus. What's the downside? I got nothing.
So, and every country is going to be in on it. So it's the big push. But then to me, and this is the fringe topic that I hate talking about because there's no sense to it. Maybe it's because I'm on the outside. I can see that the club is evil and that I would never support anything that the club does.
What the hell is the club? And you're not on the outside. You're not special. You're nobody. The government couldn't give 2 shits what you do. You make crappy videos that don't explain anything. No one cares about you, Hans. I'm sorry to say it, no one gives a shit. There isn't some giant conspiracy. It's just you being paranoid. Okay? Seriously, get some help. Like, get some help.
So to me, it's just bizarre when I see club members. They know the gang signs. They know the Orange 33. They do the checkerboard at their wedding. They use the medical system to get in vitro fertilization.
Okay, the checkerboard, it's a common pattern. It's everywhere. Because it's so common and it's so easy to do. As for couples having in vitro fertilization, well, not everyone can get pregnant the normal way. Okay, it's not as easy as everyone thinks. You need a very specific set of conditions to be able to get pregnant. And it doesn't always work. Hell, IVF doesn't even always work. And couples spend thousands of dollars on IVF treatments, and it doesn't always work. So, not only are they childless, they're also penniless. Idiot.
And yet, they somehow think that what the things that the system does is good. It's this weird Stockholm syndrome thing too. Oh, I hear people say we need needles in arms so that we can get back to the way that it is. Well, the only reason that it's different is because of the same people. So stop looking to them for answers. It's
What people, Hans? What people? The government saying that you should get vaccinated? Yes, that's a good thing. The government didn't create this virus. It's a virus. It's not a bioweapon. It's a simple virus. Well, it's not a simple virus, but it's a simple virus. And a vaccine against it is a good thing, so that things can return to the way they used to be. You think people returning from war in 1912 wouldn't have given anything to have a vaccine against this virus? They survived a war and they could be killed by by a little virus. There was no vaccines back then. There wasn't even penicillin back then.
like, how could you be a part of a club and not understand how they operate? The way that these people operate is by creating chaos and then providing a solution, a fake solution.
Do you have any proof of this? Any evidence at all? A single scrap? A note? A scribbled note on a piece of paper? For any of this? No, you don't. Because it doesn't happen. It's not real. You're whipping people up into a frenzy. You're trying to get people to panic and, oh, there's this big thing going on, when there's nothing. You're getting people to stop taking a vaccine that could potentially save their lives. People like you should be lined up and shot, basically, because that's what you're doing. You are committing murder. You're an idiot.
You know, the solution is to stop letting these people oppress us. Anyways.
No one's being oppressed.
So, time thing. I guess I'll just talk about time. That'll be just another thing that I'm thinking of. So the one thing is the thing I'm always thinking of, the fringe. I can't comprehend how there's people that are in the club, but they're so duped that they can't even tell what the club is doing is not good. They actually do go and get the shot. They're not even just pretending about it. So one of the people visit.
Did you just say you're going to talk about time, which I thought was the entire topic of this video, and now you're going back onto this club? What club? What? You keep saying, the club. Yeah, the club. Throwing up the gang signs in the club. Bleh. What club?
Had gotten their shots ahead of, because they use the fact that they're an educator. Oh, I'm going to go jump in line. And they went and got it, and they said on the second shot they got ill. They got really sick from the second shot.
Do you know why people get sick from vaccinations? Because they're designed to trick the body into making you think you have the disease or the viral infection. So they make you sick. So your immune system fires up, creates antibodies, and fights off a fake infection. So that if you get the real infection, you've already got those antibodies. Your body knows what it's doing. And the virus is fucked. It stands no chance. But if you don't have a vaccine and you get sick, those symptoms from you being sick could kill you.
Yeah, it's because that's how it works.
That's right, that's how it works.
Quote unquote works. By getting people sick, by giving you the sickness. It's hair of the dog. It's witchcraft. Anyways.
Witchcraft. This coming from the man who talked about the mark of the beast. Seriously.
The other thing that I just always notice, of course, is time. I did mention before that my wife and I hadn't seen these people.
Oh my god, he's married. Is your wife like CC's wife and calls you an idiot for doing this sort of stupid shit too? I do hope so.
Another couple in like 4 years, calendar time, but it didn't really feel like that long. It's just like haven't seen them in a couple years. And another thing about the visit, they were just stopping by, driving through kind of thing. And they stayed and talked with us for an hour and a half, but that was barely enough time for just we barely talked about anything, it feels like. It was just barely catching up. And to me, that seems strange. Like, that's just not how it used to be.
Yes, it's how it's always been. Time flies when you're having fun. That's a saying for a reason. You enjoy getting together with people, and then all of a sudden you're out of time, and you're like, oh, damn. Oh, I wish we could have hung out more. Whereas the people that are hanging out with you are going, can we leave now? Can we leave now? Time is relative. It's both true and wrong. It moves at 1 second per second, right? So you're a time traveler. But it's relative to you. Like, you perceive time at different rates. Your brain perceives things differently. Your brain, I have no idea how it functions. All I can see is like a caveman just rubbing two sticks together trying to get fire in your skull. That's your two brain cells just rubbing together going, oh, we'll get something. Time, it's not that complicated.
Used to be able to go visit somebody's house for a couple hours, and it felt substantial. It wasn't just, they literally came, we barely talked about anything, and then they were gone.
That also happens as you get older. The older you get, the more time seems to just flick away. When you're 2 years... when you're 2 years old, 1 year is half your life. When you're 30 years old, 1 year is a 30th of your life. Such a tiny amount of time in comparison. And as you get older, this compounds. And it happens with minutes and hours as well. It's just what happens as we get older. It's just life. It's reality. It's something you have to come to terms with.
And anyways, there's more about time, but I don't even know.
You could have just started with that, because you don't know anything. You have all these speculations about things you know nothing about, and if something doesn't agree with what you've got in your mind, you say it's false. But it's not false. You just can't handle what is being said. You can't handle reality. As I said at the start, you're just not good at it.
I just don't even care. I've already talked about this stuff. Why aren't other people talking about this stuff yet?
Because the stuff you talk about is stupid and no one else cares. Bottom line, no one cares. You think you're special, that you've figured all this out, you're the only one that's done so, everyone else must be wrong. Or it could be, now this is where I put my money, you're wrong.
I really don't have anything new to share. Daylight savings time doesn't even feel like anything anymore. Like, it didn't even feel like it changed, because an hour doesn't mean anything anymore. An hour just doesn't even matter anymore. So to me, I didn't even feel this daylight savings time. That's what I had to say about this daylight savings time. I didn't even notice. An hour doesn't even matter anymore. Who cares? And I'm going to end with this.
Oh, this should be fun.
I know, this is not the most exciting video, but I just felt like putting something out. I'm still alive. Hi, guys. Hope you're doing well. What do you guys think about 2021?
I think it's just another year of stupid on the internet. So I look forward to it, because this is going to be fantastic.
I'm still bored. I guess this is one point about time I'll say before I play the video and end. Things should be going so slow. I think it's the thing about Biden. I think they picked somebody boring as possible. And it's a big contrast to what we had last year. Last year we had tons of stuff going by, and I think people could have that as an excuse. Oh, the year went by fast because so much was happening. But wait, was it really? I mean, everything was shut down. We couldn't even go anywhere. People were stuck at home doing the same thing over and over again.
You just answered your same question, like your own question. Time felt differently then because so much was going on. Oh, but was it really? See? It's the perception of time. How your brain interprets things. Time itself doesn't change. It's how your brain interprets things. But with your guys just rubbing those two sticks together, I think I think you're going to have a hard time. And no one cares about politics. No one.
That should make time go more slowly. In my opinion, being stuck at home doing the same thing every day should make time go more slowly. And yet it's zooming by. This year, we have the most boring. It doesn't even feel like a new president has happened because it doesn't feel like enough time spent with Donna. And it's just everything's still the same. Things should be dragging on so slowly, and yet the year has flown by. It's like
it's only March. The year hasn't flown by. It's only March. What do you want? Like, what do you want? Are you gonna sit there and watch your watch the whole time?
Anyways, I'm gonna end with this clip and just end the video.
And why don't you talk to me
Sorry,
about
it's sideways.
anything that you want to add for our viewers to hear today?
Well, I think that when did we exactly do that interview?
It was in January.
It seems like it was day before yesterday.
Okay, this is just dumb. So I'm gonna cut it here because I've had enough. As you can see from my face, I'm fed up. Hans is an idiot, and go get vaccinated if you haven't, and if you can. I know it's hard to get vaccinated. It's probably harder to get vaccinated than it is to find a PS5. So good luck. All right, moving on.